Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Van Orn and this is another Dragonheir Silence God video. It's day 12 on my server and we finally have opened pretty much the entire game with exception of one of the dungeon. But we have finally access to Goblin 3 where we're gonna farm the potions to level all our champions all the way up to 100 finally. And we have the ability to get the artifact up to 20. We have the forge for the legendary material, which by the way at the moment seems to be bugged. The curse sets, the material you get from curse, don't drops oasis, so if you can hold back on your gear for the moment, that might be beneficial for you, so you can get some oasis pieces in the mix if you farm curse and you want to forge the material later in the day. I'm sure they're gonna work on a quick fix for the forge, and so maybe after that you're gonna be able to get a lot of pieces from oasis as well, which is so important for your tank that take the lightning in the vortex. So maybe hold back for that one for a little bit. But we are in Goblin 3 today because I want to show you one of the fundamental champions that you have to build for this dungeon. And if you haven't, I don't know what you're doing. I mean, maybe you have better options, maybe you have many legendaries that you can use over here, but generally speaking, she is by far one of the easiest champions to plug in here. And she does massive damage. You're gonna see that I have a pretty OP comp and she's still shining. So let's go to Goblin 3. I'm already farming Goblin 3 and this is the team I'm running, so no surprise. Perkunte is there with Orfena to do the Thunderbolt Slam, and I'm bringing Phaeton down, Victor and Sigrid. And the champion I want to show you in particular is Sigrid. I've already done a video of Phantom Down and how amazing it is, and especially how good it is for this dungeon, for the Goblin, because it brings a 45% aura, and his ultimate lasts for 13 seconds. So if you kill the waves pretty fast, he is able to cover 2 or sometimes 3 waves, placing decreased attack, decreased defense, if you put him with the Witch's Remain, and then obviously Sigrid can slam wave after wave, but all your DPS can do. I'm bringing Victor as well to use that ultimate to have a board wide massive hit if you build him for damage, and a lot of debuff as well to try to enable even more Sigrid. And the last one is Orfena, which brings the Thunderbolt, the electrocute debuff, and she plays it quite consistently across the board. She brings damage, she enables Perkunte, and she brings an extra debuff that is going to enable even more Sigrid. But why Sigrid is so great? Well, I'm surprised that I haven't done a video on her yet. She's probably by far the best rare in the game. She has an accuracy aura in all battles, which is going to help you across the game entirely. She has a passive that when an enemy inflicted with debuff dies, the hero gains 25% ultimate energy. So the more you bring debuff, obviously when they die, she gains a lot of ultimate energy. The waves are made of 5 champions. When they die, you gain the full turn meter back. And she keeps basically circling through her ultimate quicker than anybody else. On her battle skill, shoot two toxic arrow at the enemy, each dealing 210% attack poison damage. This skill has a 75% chance of inflicting healing prohibition for 5 seconds, and this is really good for places like the Tempest Domain or Rot, where the bosses are healing back, and it's a very useful skill, especially because she has it also on the ultimate. The heal hit pretty hard and place healing prohibitions and attack penalty too. And this skill over here basically deals 820 attack poison damage to an enemy and all enemy inflicted with debuff, which synergizes very well with the passive and synergizes very well with the team I'm bringing over here. I'm bringing 3 support. Well, one is a half DPS to be honest, almost a DPS, but 2 supports able to do board-wise buff, the debuff, decrease defense, decrease attack, Victor doing his random stuff, board wise hit, and everybody will have debuff on most of the fight. Orfena placing the electrocution, and Sigrid going wave after wave. Now I time her with 5 seconds between her ultimate, because I don't want her basically to waste her ultimate too often on wave that don't have debuff yet. So when you're walking up to a wave, sometimes she just shoot one champion, and that is kind of a waste, and so I'm trying to time her. So let's jump into the run. This run is no food for the moment. I'm gonna do one with food later, but let's have one run without the food and see if we can start 3-star anyway. So you see that the battle starts and we start placing our debuff. She shoots out the first wave. Obviously she does it a bit too early, so maybe I can work on the timing from that one. And we have already killed the first wave. Fathom Down still placed them on the second wave. She already shoot the second one and she hit everyone. She goes for the third time over here. So let's open the damage, and you're gonna see that she's on pair with Perkunte when damage for damage calculation. Now Perkunte is gonna take a bit the lead over here, but then she slam again and she up there again with him. Now she can hit the next wave, and you can see there's already debuff on. And it's just been RNG that it wasn't on all of them, because Fathom Down can basically heal the surroundings. So when they are close, the debuff spread also in the surrounding. We are already halfway through the fight, or more than halfway through the fight. We are already going to the second to last wave, I believe. She's killing them, and she has already her ultimate up again. Unfortunately here she wasted, and we might missed out on the 3-star, unfortunately. But we are very close to 3-star this content too, and it's no food, as I said. If she was going right here, the battle will be win, and it is 3-star. Done. No food with champions at level 93. The gear is not level, the artifact are not level. I'm gonna show you the gear in a second. So let me actually jump on here, and I'm gonna show you what I'm running over here. So let's start from the tank. Tank is a complete epic gear. He has the Witch's Remain, and you can see the stats over here on the side. The next one is going to be Victor. I built him with some legendary gear because I want him to stay alive the longer. But honestly, you just can go away with epic, just build defense and HP, and he's gonna be fine. You can see that basically I'm trying to build a bit of defense, get him a lot of accuracy. I got the slingshot so he can do some damage. He doesn't have a lot of crit rate. I could build more for maybe, but it's not for now. He's still at 90 even if I've unlocked the 5-star. Then we have Sigrid. She is in epic gear. I give her an attack chest with crit rate because I forged that this morning. So as you know, the forge is bugged. I've done it, so I've already found out that it's bugged. 70% crit rate, so something more can be done over here. Have some crit rate gauntlets from the curse that maybe I'm gonna slap on her in a minute, but at the moment she still does the job. Then we have Orphena. Orphena has a level up artifact because I'm using it also for Vortex. She's decent crit rate, crit damage, a bit of accuracy, built for damage, and Perkunte as well as built for damage. He has this artifact over here that gives him 40% crit rate on top of what you're seeing over here. So he has 88%. Still morning, struggling to do my calculation, but that is 88%. He can slap, and he's actually in legendary gear, but whatever I had really. This is what dropped the forge drop. I have a full set of this one. I'm going to see how it works on Vortex right after this video. But this is everything for today. You see how powerful Sigrid can be for your Goblin. So if you haven't built her yet, please consider doing so, because I mean, if you have a team that can bring some debuff, she's absolutely first in class. As you can see, she can keep up with damage dealer like Perkunte, which is no joke really. So this is everything for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the content, and if you did, as usual, please consider liking and subscribing, and I'm gonna see you soon with another video about Dragonheir Silence God.